Hey, what's going on guys? John Shea here, and today we're actually going to be doing an unboxing and a demo of this 4K document camera. So in this video, what I'm going to do is basically show you guys what's inside this box in terms of accessories, how this all works in terms of setup. We're going to take a look at the actual software and everything that we need to know about getting this up and running, and then we'll do a little bit of a test to actually test this out. So the idea of this particular product allows us to more or less use this as a scanner as well as just a general document camera. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to jump over to my camera setup over here and we'll go through and unbox this and we can jump into it. Alright, so I've actually taken the saran wrap off and I wanted to go ahead and unbox this, show you guys what's inside here. So it looks like we have our manual. We have the actual camera itself, so let's take this out. This looks to be just our power cord, I believe. So you have USB-C to USB, and this is actually quite a long cable, which is really nice. So this is the actual document camera itself, which looks to be heavy duty. I've checked out another one of these in the past, and this one looks to be just much nicer overall from first glance. So essentially you have this turning neck here. This is where the actual camera is. So you can see there's actually a light here and then the camera up here. So this allows for a lot of flexibility when you're doing your document scanning, as well as if you need to put this away or store it away. This arm comes all the way up, and then essentially you can bring this arm here. So if I had a document, right, I've just got a standard piece of paper here, we could put this here, and if I was scanning it, this is basically where it's going to show up. So it's pretty straightforward. Works really well in that sense. You have a few different buttons here up on the base, so it looks like we've got our power. This basically is different adjustments for lighting, zoom settings, and then you have other buttons as well. So we're going to take a look at the manual just to get a better idea of all this, and we'll also use the software here in a bit. Going on the other side, you have a few connectivity options, so you can choose between USB or HDMI, 50 or 60 Hertz. You got our HDMI port, power, USB, and then this appears to be a lock setting as well as a reset button. So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to take a look at the manual just so you guys have some idea of what to expect there, and then I'll go ahead and actually plug this all in, and we'll transition over to my computer where we can do a little test with the actual scanner itself. So this is more or less like a little quick start guide. So it appears like it's actually got some nice picture diagrams, but we'll open this up fully just so you get some idea of the setup on this. So it does go through, talk a little bit about the warranty. You have all the specifications in terms of like the shooting area. It's a 13 megapixel camera. The power frequency, connectivity, all that good stuff. It shows all the different components, which again we already covered. You have all the different part descriptions, so basically you have your power button, what they call a lamp button, freeze button, resolution switch, zoom, rotation, and then what they call a shuttle wheel. You also have a focus button, and then again you also have an adjustable height setting here so the base can actually go up or down. You have a microphone as well as the power LED indicator, and then all of your different power connectivity, basically connection to the PC or whatever you're going to be using. This basically shows getting started. You just kind of lift it up, place an object to be displayed under the camera, press the power button, adjust the arm so you're capturing the object, and then it shows you can connect this via USB cable to the computer, and then from the computer to a projector if you choose. Or you could do HDMI, so basically you'd have the USB cable to power the device, and then the HDMI cable going to a monitor or projector, and then you would just choose the HDMI option. You also have the software, so this shows you where to get this. It's basically called VIISAN Visual Cam. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to actually plug all this in. I'm going to download VIISAN Visual Cam. Then we're going to go ahead and basically I'll walk you through a little bit of a demo here. We'll just scan something just to check this out and see what we're working with. Okay, so I've actually now connected the camera to the computer. I just have it plugged in via USB. Went with a simple connection route. You can see it's now powered on. And essentially we have a document here, which is actually something this came with. I'm just going to use as an example. It's like a little certificate document. And I've gone ahead and downloaded the software just to give you some idea of what to expect with this. So here you can see I have the software up on my screen. Right now I probably need to align this a little bit. I'm going to move this over just a bit because you can see my desk was actually showing up there in the camera's pan, but the quality of this is really quite amazing. I have the cable running through there, but this is really just to give you guys a demo. So starting from the top left, we can see what we have for our connection in terms of how we're connected. We have many other settings that we can go through over here. So here you can see there's the connection settings. We can choose to go with picture-in-picture, which is basically gonna have my webcam show up. We can use mask settings. We have spotlight settings, so this will actually enable or disable a spotlight for a specific place. You can do grid line settings. You have movement options here, so if I do move, I can actually move the image. So as you can see here, I can move this up and down, so very, very cool. We have different shape options, so you can do shapes if you want to add anything to this. You can add your own text or pen. You can change the thickness of the pen. There's your text additions. You also have color options, eraser, or you could use the delete option. So that's pretty much it for like editing on the page, right? Like maybe you wanted to highlight something in that document, you could actually do that here. You can see a log of any pictures that you've taken. I actually did a funny test and I took a picture of my lunch, which is some pizza, and it came out pretty good. So I thought I would test it out with my lunch that I ate. And you can browse obviously to files here at the bottom, and then you can also choose between what types of photos you're gonna be taking. So if you do the document option, that's gonna be basically for scanning. Screenshot is what I did there for that pizza. And then you can also do stop motion as well as recording if you wanted to use this as a traditional webcam. So overall, they give you a lot of different options within the software. You have many options here. If we simply go to like snapshot here, I can do picture, it makes the picture sound, and then that now goes into this log. Of course, if I also want to use it for scanning, I have those functions. And then of course, you also can make adjustments here. So if, for example, I wanted to zoom in, I could actually do that directly on the device, or make other changes here just to you know, make adjustments as needed, turn on like the lights or any of these other functions. You can do all of those things here with right on the device itself. So overall, the quality of this is really amazing. The software is pretty intuitive and was very easy to pick up. And overall, I think if you're looking for an alternative to maybe just get some high quality like photo-based scanning, this is going to be a really good app for that. You may even have other uses as well. If you were doing like say professional photography for maybe you had something you were going to be taking a picture of, like let's say I have this thing here. This is like a little USB-C hub. So maybe I needed to take a good product image of this. You can see I could play around with the settings and try to get the lighting really good. Really highlight something in a much better visual diagram than I would otherwise using like a normal webcam. So overall, has some really good uses around that. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video review. Hopefully you found it helpful, and I will talk to you later.